Yes, people, what's going on? What's going on, man? Welcome back to the channel, man. Listen, we're back with another one. As always, people, we just touched 3K yesterday. So listen, big up everyone that's been liking the videos. Big up everyone that's been subscribing to the channel. We're going to get there, man. Road to 10K. How about that? Road to 10K for the end of the season. We're going to get there real soon, man. But listen, we've got a solid panel, man, because we've got a lot to speak about. Obviously, I'm seeing a lot of rivals at the minute crying. You lot have probably seen a video floating about of me online. You know what I'm trying to say? Talking my shit on the club. You know what I mean? But we've got Jimmy back again. Jimmy, what are you saying, bro? You good?
Yeah, boss. We here. You already know.
Yeah. We've got Couch. Couch, it's been a minute since you've actually been on the channel, man. I know Couch, listen, Couch is a family man, you know, so it's not always easy to get Couch out of the house and that, you know? What are you saying, oh, Couch? You good?
Oh, man. Family man and a road man, too, man. I'm all over the place all the time. But, yeah, no. Blessed to be here. We'll get into it.
Exactly, man. And Andrew, as always, bro, big yourself up, man. You good?
Yeah, I'm all good, man. You know, I wasn't inviting a lot of streams this weekend because we didn't lose. So, you know what I mean? I'm always like inviting when we lose, you know what I mean? It's like, oh yeah, it's a ring up. He'll jump on and take abuse for like 45 minutes. It's all good, man. But yeah, I'm all good. End of the bank holiday weekend. Yeah, we're all good over here, man. All good. Let's talk some Chelsea. Let's talk.
Exactly, man. Exactly. And people, we're going to have AJ joining us as well in a bit. We've got 37 people in the house already. So let's go through some of the chat. See who's in here today, man. Seeing some familiar faces. We've got Jojo. Big up Don first in here. Hit me up with a mod, please, bro. I'll mod you up. Let me do that now, actually. Whilst I've got you here. I'll do that in a sec, bro. Don't worry about that. I'll big you up. You got Foofs in here as well. Big up, my G. You got Sam Velo. Let's start. Listen, sorry, but listen, I didn't actually send out the link to these lot because I was out when I set up the team. That's why I was waiting around. Like, where is everyone? So apologies, people. You've got Zedel in here as well. Big up everyone. Don Terry put a clip of you on this channel before. Bro, listen, like I said, that clip is going around on Twitter at the minute. It is what it is, bro. It is what it is. You know what I'm trying to say? You got Gaming for Life. Big up, man. Real day one. Big up, Don. Congratulations on hitting 3K subscribers. You deserve it. Thank you, man. Thank you, bro, man. And then we've got Mr. HD as always in here as well, man. What are you saying? But yeah, man, listen, let's get straight into it because, boys, yesterday was literally what you call a game of two halves. Yeah, a game of two halves because we went into that game. You know, I predicted that would win the game 2-1. To be fair, I didn't expect that many goals. And I wasn't really confident going into the game. As much as I like our team and I like our manager, our record against Wolves recently has been bad. You know what I'm trying to say? They've beaten us 3 times and we've drawn 1 game and we've won 1 game in our past 5. So Wolves are a team who we just can't get over the line against them. I don't know what it is. We've just really struggled against Wolves recently. You know, but I predicted in my lineup. I said, yo, the likes of Madueke need to start. I need to see us stretching the pitch a lot more than what we was doing against Man City. I need to see Maresca ball because that's what I was seeing last season when I was watching their games back against for Leicester with Fatau Mavididi. And listen, that's what we did in the second half because the first half, bro, these men were struggling to do the basics. Simple 3-yard passes, Caicedo just losing it. For the second goal, Couch, I know you're saying that Caicedo got fouled. Some refs will give it, others won't. But I was more annoyed with the
None of them will. It was because of some sort of corrupt bullshit going on. That was a foul, man.
Listen,
We'll talk about it later.
We'll talk about it later.
Said that. You might have heard me say Caicedo don't get fouls. That's why when he foul hard, pause, everybody be like, yo, he has to stop fouling like that. That's why he's confused. Because that's how he gets fouled. And it doesn't get
he does. The thing is, listen, again, that could have been called as a foul, but for me, the guy should have sorted out his feet a lot sooner than that, yeah. But the first half, bro, listen, we'll talk about the foul after, but for me, the first half, it was bad. It was so bad. You know, I'm seeing guys, again, struggling to do the basics. We wasn't really getting the ball to the wingers. Mudryk wasn't really involved in the game. I thought he had a good, first 5 minutes, but then after that, he just disappeared. And when he did get it, he would lose it. Madueke was looking threatening, but again, he wasn't getting it enough. Palmer wasn't really getting on the ball. Enzo wasn't finding the ball because no one's progressing it to him. Jackson, to be fair, was linking up play. He was dropping quite deep and trying to make things happen. But as a whole, individually, guys were not doing what they were supposed to do, right? And listen, for that second goal that they scored, it was peak. Because once again, we've conceded from a set piece. We scored a set piece to start off with quite early, which was good. But then we fucking conceded another set piece, you know, which is annoying, right? Going into the second half, I told all of you lot in the group chat, Maresca is going to shout at these guys. Yeah, because this is not Maresca ball. That was like watching Poch. No control in the midfield. No control at the back. No control up top. It was a shambles. But in the second half, boys, I can't complain about anything, bro. Yeah, I can't complain about everything. These lot came out, and again, the intensity straight away to press to win the ball back, right? On the ball as well. The quality. The way that we was building from back to front. Levi Colwell was just punching the ball into Neto, punching the ball into Enzo, punching the ball into Caicedo. And then before you know it, one-on-one, one-on-one, one-on-one. And the chance creation, boys. The way Palmer's just creating some clear-cut chances, yeah? That any attacker is going to love. The likes of Victor Osimhen, if we sign him, he will love it, bro. Because he creates some really good chances. And Neto, showing the quality that we've been missing in this team with the likes of Mudryk. That's why for me, in my predicted lineup, I put in Cuckoo left wing to guarantee a little bit more quality, you know? And Neto shows exactly why we've gone and signed him. So listen, I was happy with that second half, boys, man. But Jimmy, going straight into it, bro, how did you feel about the game, man, especially the first half? Let's start off with the first half, man.
First half, I was pissed, and not at the performance. I was literally mad. I'm gonna be real. I zero in. I don't know. Maybe I'm different. I watch games different. In my opinion, being different on a lot of things. I went into that half pissed off at Malo Gusto because I literally blamed that last goal on him. Why?
The second one.
A lot of people gonna be like, "Oh, what Gusto?" Gusto had a clearance to me.
Yes, facts.
And he did what he does a lot. If you watch it back, the only reason he didn't clear it is because he tried to do something fancy with his foot. He always does it. Unnecessarily, Malo Gusto will have an unforced error that would just make me lose. I gave him a name. He's Malo Bozo. There's two Gus. There's Malo Gusto, and then there's his twin brother, Malo Bozo. Sometimes Bozo steals the kit, and he runs out there, and Gusto's in the locker room naked because I don't know who this is on the pitch. He just passes the ball to anybody, or you know what else he'll do? He'll make a pass, hit the ball as hard as he can on the ground across the field. On the ground. First half, I was back and forth, but when Gusto went to clear that ball, knocked it straight up in the air, and then Madueke did a attacker's foul. Let's be real. That was an attacker's foul. I knew it. I was like, we're going to go back into this half top. And I was pissed. The attack was beautiful. I keep telling people, Maresca ball is something to love because you are going to get attack, you're going to get chances.
Yeah.
Guys had chances early. Guys had chances. I love the attack. It's just the Lavia not being there showed me a lot too. Lavia not being there showed me.
Of course, bro. We haven't. I keep telling people, Caicedo's best position is playing as an 8. Like he can play as a 6.
Getting that ball, Lavia taking that ball off the back line is what's best.
It's key.
And believe it or not, even Enzo does that better than Caicedo. Now Enzo is not better being the last defender, but he's better taking the ball off, being the first man.
On the back four, yeah.
I don't like Caicedo taking the ball off the back line first. I don't like it. Number one, one of the reasons why I don't like it, for whatever reason, it don't matter who the center back is. These guys love to pass to people that are double and triple team. It's the most annoying thing. They love to pass to people under pressure. That's another thing our center backs gotta stop doing. Stop passing the ball to guys under pressure. But that first half, I know I'm starting to ramble, but that first half, I went into the half pissed. I'm not gonna lie. Because of that last goal. Of that last goal.
Like, it was annoying. It definitely was annoying.
Make that last goal I just flew the coop. I couldn't believe it. We look like potch ball.
Yeah, no, it did, bro. And Couch, why do you think that these players were struggling to do the basics, bro? Yeah, we know it was a hostile ground because of what Madueke said about Wolverhampton and whatnot. Do you think that played a part in these immature kids' mind, bro, when they were playing? Because they were struggling to do the basics, bro.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what it is. Like, I mean, it could just simply just be down to just not being switched on. You know, we have a young team, and these guys don't understand that when you go into hostile environments, you have to be ready from minute one.
Mhm.
You know, that's the difference here. Like, I was astounded at how many times Caicedo gave away the ball in that first half, like under no pressure. We're not talking about like receiving out the back.
Yes.
You know, he was literally just giving it right back to Wolves when he had absolutely no pressure on him. So for me, it was just those were the problems that I had in the first half. It wasn't so much about like us not really finding the angles to exploit, you know, because I said before the game even started, we're talking about it. I was like, I want Chelsea to use width the entire game. You know, I wanted Madueke to start. I was the only one that had Mudryk starting because I thought that like we could threaten them down the flanks. There's no reason why someone like Mudryk should have any problems with Doherty at right
exactly.
back. Like, are you kidding me? He should have been frying that guy, man. Like every time he gets the ball, he should have been frying that guy. He did a couple times, but not enough for me to be like, yo, man, he's worthy of his position at this point. You know, and you know, so I just wanted to see the width, just have us flashing down the flanks and just cooking those guys. And you know, the problem that I had with it is every time we got some sort of semblance in the game, we're just turning over the ball uncharacteristically and unnecessarily. Like, it's one thing to be pressed, because the Wolves do have a very good press.
Oh, they were pressing
very aggressive.
Yeah,
we were breaking it at will, though. Like, we surgically broke that press time and time again. The problem I had with it was when we did break it, the next pass to like release guys in the space was wayward, or it just really was down to Caicedo for me. He really needed to play better. And
yeah,
fortunately,
he was meant to be the heart of the team, and he was failing.
Unreal. Like, unfortunately for him, like, I don't know what Maresca said at the halftime, but he came out in the second half was a completely different player. Like, it's like the one that was naked in the dressing room came back and had the kit back on. He locked the other guy in the room. You know,
that was his twin playing, bro.
That goal, that first goal, Enzo. I'm sorry, but you got to make the tactical
arm tackles, man. The arm tackles.
Make the tactical foul. I don't know what it is about our players don't make tactical fouls. Once he stopped and dribbled and tried to make that move on Enzo was supposed to swing his foot at that ball as hard as he could. If you miss, you miss. One thing you're not gonna miss is that first leg and that second leg.
We've seen him miss that tackle way too many times.
And it's not even miss the tackle; it's just arm tackle. He's not even trying to make a tackle. He's just trying to put his arm on somebody.
Yeah,
like, dude,
it's just soft.
Go to the ground.
Yeah,
go to the ground. Knock him.
Take him out.
But even beyond that, okay. So the things that we haven't really spoken on for that first goal. Yes, I don't care. That was a foul. I don't care. The ref's 3 feet away from him. He didn't get the ball at all. He went right through. That's a foul. Okay.
I agree.
The next mistake in that first goal came down to Gusto again. So he's at fault for both goals. If I agree with you guys, I said that he was at fault for the second goal, because I'm sorry, Cunha is your man. He had ample time to get back and get in position, ample time, and did nothing. And then at the moment where the ball's being placed into him by Aït-Nouri is when he actually switches on and sees that Cunha is to his left. Exactly. So to me, Gusto just had a poor game for me. I mean, ultimately in the second half, everyone else around him stepped up their level and kind of like masked what he was doing, but he was poor.
Like, he needs to really fix up quick, because the way he's playing right now, if he gets dropped for Reece James, I'm not mad at it, right? And if Reece comes in,
I think he's been close. I think Winter Circle will tell you this. I've been telling people this on Louis' channel. It's not even, to me, it's not even close. Reece James is here and Gusto is here.
Yeah, of course. Reece is better than him. No, Reece is better than him, but Gusto, what it is to me. What I like about, don't get me wrong, I got Gusto fighting to be the second best right back in the league, because there's not that many good right and left back in the Premier. What it is,
Reece, Trent, and then I got.
What it is, Jimmy, for me, I think Gusto is a top player, yeah. And for me, we don't miss Reece when we played Gusto. But what I like from Gusto is that he's very good on the ball, right? And he knows how to retain the ball quite well. And defensively, he's very good defensively as well. But the issue that I've had with him since he's come back is that it's like he's still on holiday mode, bro. Right? Sloppy passes. yeah, lack of awareness, like what Couch is saying. He's not the best at the back post. Like, he improved in certain parts last season, but there's been a few goals where I'm like, where the hell is Gusto in that move there? You know? At the same time, he is still learning the system and having to like transition from playing in midfield and running back. So you have to bear that in mind too.
That's the key. That's the key.
You have to bear that in mind.
Because like there's times where he's tracking back and he's still centrally when he should be out wide, and like
he should be out wide.
Every time he got caught in transition, he was just hauling to get back into position. I feel like that's what teams are going to catch us out. To be honest,
that's the flaw in the system.
When I say Gusto and Reece James gap is this big, you right. I'm wrong. It's not that big. It's this big. It's much bigger. Y'all, maybe y'all forget who Reece James is. Free kicks, score goals, attack, lock down 1-on-1, and he barely makes a bozo moment. What are we talking about? Gusto has a bozo moment in him. He doesn't really score goals. His crossing is like, stop it. It's like, I know Reece James has been hurt, but top level Reece James is world class. Top level Gusto is not there yet.
Yeah, of course, he's not there yet, but he's young and he'll keep getting better. But he honestly needs to fix up. I spoke about it in my preview. I said, yo, Gusto, I need to see the Gusto I was seeing last season, because I was bigging him up. And for me, after Palmer last year, he was our most consistent player. He was very good most of the time. But Andrew, bro, obviously going into the second half, you know, we was all fuming at halftime, was all going crazy in the group chat. But straight away, like what Couch has said, you saw a massive difference from the likes of Enzo, Caicedo and that. What did you see that was really, you know, appealing to you straight away? What was the main difference that you saw, bro, in the second half?
I actually liked, just a couple of minutes in the first half, I actually liked that our heads didn't drop after Wolves scored, because it did so many times last season, and that we kept attacking. The first most important bit of the second half was that he subbed Madueke for Neto. That was the most. That was it right there. Because Madueke is just rubbish. I don't care what anyone says. At the moment, he's just very poor. At the moment, he needs a lot of work. Someone said to me on a stream yesterday, "Oh, he needs to be fixed," and I said, well, "Tell me when he was broken." To begin with, you know what I mean? I don't know when he was broken. That's all. But I thought we were more compact the second half. I thought we won the ball further up the pitch. Our passes were on point. Levi Cole's passing was on point in the second half. It literally is. His passes always made, or near enough, a high percentage of his passes always made the halfway line, which cut out about 4 Wolves players. Jackson dropping.
He punches it, bro. He just punches it in. As an attacker, they're the sort of passes you want to receive, because it gives you, before you get the ball, it gives you information on what to do with the ball. A couple times where he punched it to Neto straight away is taking a touch away from the defender. Not into the pitch, away from the defender, bro. You get it? Yeah,
and also I thought Jackson dropping a bit deeper and then flicking the ball from the halfway line into whoever, like a Palmer, mostly, took another few players out. And I agree with you. I think he gave him a swift kick up the backside, because everyone just looked like a different player. More aggression. Look at that. Look at Noni's second goal. Caicedo wins that header, and then lays it up to Palmer. And then look at Noni's.
When we talk about the second half, that's what I want to talk about. Enzo.
Look at Noni's hat trick goal. Look at Noni's hat trick goal. Enzo wins that ball very high up near their own penalty area.
Hell of a
and then it goes off. So it was more like that. Now I understand we took our foot off the gas after we went 5-2 up and something like that, and that's fine. But apart from their shot that deflected in and was ruled out for offside, I don't remember any hair and scare moments. I thought everyone was better with their passing. Sanchez didn't have to make any world-class saves or anything like that. It was just more compact. And I just think that's just Maresca just getting into them essentially and telling them, you're better than these guys. Do you know what I mean? You're better to go out there and prove it. And what a few subs to bring on as well. When you talk about the 4 subs that came on before Vega was KDH and Cuckoo, Neto and Felix to bring on. Now, parts last season, I can't even name the people on the bench that we were looking back on the bench and seeing who we should bring on, and especially mentioned for Vega as well. I thought he's impressed in his early games this season. You know, like that.
Again,
so total different.
This is what I'm saying. No, you make a good point. I'm glad that you mentioned Vega as well. Let me even bring that up in a second. I'm glad that you mentioned Vega, because he's a player that I told you a lot about in the group. When I watched the games back, I said, bro, I can see exactly why we're looking to sign him.
What's this
right?
group?
Because
I'm not in this group. I'm tired of hearing about this group.
We'll get you added in. We'll get you added in, bro. We'll get you added in, yeah. Because when I talk about this group, this is the group chat I'm talking about. These man, they get all the clips and that. You know what I'm trying to say? The clips you don't find on YouTube, they get the you know what I'm trying to say? They get the exclusives. But when I was watching Vega, like I was saying, bro, I was seeing this guy comfortable at left center back. I was seeing him inverting in midfield. I did say to these lot, he's very aggressive, which at times doesn't really help because he can be a little bit heavy-footed and it just clatter a man, right? But if he's in a position where Enzo is usually, he will make that foul, bro. He will get that foul.
In the print. You know that? Yeah? I'm gonna tell you, when you speaking on Vega, let me tell you why that helps in the print. And I talked about it yesterday. Too many of our guys jump out of 50-50.
Yeah.
When you like Vega, when you just going, I'm going to win the ball. And he's such a unit, that most guys look at him and make a business decision. Like, I'm running into him full speed. Like, I might get a foul, but I might not get up. So they move, and he runs right through them. That's what I like about him. Cucurella does it also. I give it to Cucurella, but he's just a smaller guy. So people are not as threatened. Vega runs through the ball. We need more guys. Even as much as Conor Gallagher was kind of dog and all that, he didn't run through 50-50s like this dude. Vega just goes through them. If we run into each other, we run into each other. Let's run into each other and may the best man win. That's what I like about Vega.
Exactly. And this is what I want to be seeing. If you're going to come on to assure the game, you know, these are the sort of things I want to be seeing, bro. Vega registered 100% on his successful passes, so he didn't lose the ball. He took on 2 of them. Remember, he took on 2 of those guys in midfield. He went past both of them.
And then he dipped his shoulder? Yes, sir.
And he dropped his shoulder.
That's the sauce.
And 1 successful long ball. This is all inside 8 minutes, right? That's the sort of quality I want to be seeing off the bench. So if it needs to start again in the Conference League, we know we can depend on him. If he's got to start certain cup games, we know we've not got Alfie Gilchrist there, you know, or these meaty guys that were playing last season. You know what I'm trying to say?
So great. He's great to bring in and close games out. That's a perfect person to bring in and close games out.
I'm not quite there yet. I need to see more, but definitely some good start. Like against Servette or whatever, like, come on, like we can't really evaluate a performance like that, right? Like really. So I'm still waiting to see what I can see from this guy. I think that he has, like, everything you guys said is accurate and true. Like he's a big physical presence. And you know, like when he's in the game, you notice him. And I like the fact that, like, number one, he's endearing himself to the supporters. Like I think that's important too, to like really show that you're here to be a part of this club, you know what I mean? And you're showing that you want to belong here. That's just as important to me as, you know, the 50-50 tackles and whatnot. Like, show me that you want to be here and, like, you know, you're part of this club. You know, you're part of everything that this club is about. So, you know, good starts for him for sure, but I still need to see more.
Of course, no, 100%. I agree with that as well, bro. We still need to see more. But from what we're seeing so far,
you lose Don?
Looks that way.
Oh, thought it was me. Thought I'd.
Wait, am I back? I'm back, people. Yeah,
you're back. No, you're back.
You're lucky. I was gonna say that somebody just stopped you before you're gonna get clipped.
But listen, people, we've got 260 people in the house right now. Let's see what the likes are saying, man, because the likes should definitely be on at least 100 right now. We've got 109 likes. Let's get up to 200 people within the next 2 minutes, man. Just make sure that you're sharing the video, like I said, liking the video as well. But AJ, let's talk about some of the goals that we were seeing in the second half, because that was goal galore. Yeah, that was beautiful football. You know what I'm trying to say? And obviously we've got Madueke, who turned up, who a lot of guys in this fan base seem to just want to get rid of. They just think it's an easy profile to find in this day and age, where you've got a lot of guys that want to invert and constantly go on their left. You've got wingers, AJ, these days that don't want to take on their man the way Madueke does. Madueke's useless. Let him go to Newcastle and improve them. Let him go to Arsenal and help them over there, where Saka ain't got to play every single game and they can go fucking win a trophy over there. He's shit over here, but everyone else will take him. Let's just let him go. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. What did you think of Madueke yesterday, bro?
My favorite one is, I hate his attitude. You know, all these little
yeah, that kills me.
If you don't act a certain way, then, you know, people judge you differently, you know. But in terms of the game,
on that side, by the way. I don't like his attitude, but
I mean, hey, it is what it is, you know.
Yeah.
He on the field, you know, especially yesterday in the game, you know, he shows what he could do, you know. And that's exactly what we need. We don't have anybody else who's bringing that, and a lot of teams don't have that, you know. So that's something that we need to use as an advantage, and we need to keep using it. So as long as he's bringing that output and that end product, and you know, he can stay within certain lines of, you know, how he carries himself, you know, that social media thing could have went really, you know, bad for him. It could have went bad for him. So that's the type of stuff where if you wanna have a burner, all of that, just get your stuff right, you know, be on top of what you got going on. That's it. So
simple things, man. Simple.
That's all we need. But he's young, you know. We all been 21 or whatever he is, you know. You gotta just iron that out. But again, yesterday he scored a hat trick. What's that? The first hat trick of the Premier League season this year. You know,
first hat trick before the likes of Rashford. First hat trick before the
Haaland got one the day before. Yeah.
Damn.
Haaland, the second one. At least
he's that guy.
Yeah, but again, bro, he's got his hat trick before certain guys that have been playing in the Prem for a while.
Here we go. Let
me speak my shit, because what it is, yeah, our club has been getting bashed in the media, people. Yeah, we've been getting battered and bruised every single week, right? And what's happened the past 3 years is a lot of Chelsea fans have gone into a little cave. They're letting rivals just batter them, bro. Even though they believe in the team and believe in certain players, they're just letting rivals silence them. You know what I'm trying to say? So at times, bro, you have to be shameless. At the end of the day, it is a fact, yeah, that he's got a hat trick before Rashford, who's been playing in the Prem for nearly 10 years. He's got a hat trick before Bukayo, who they tell me is world class. It's a simple fact. I'm not saying he's better than these guys, but at the end of the day, he's got a hat trick before them. So it is what it is, you know?
You know what, though? With what he did yesterday, well, he needed to do something after his Instagram post the day before, so he needed to have a good performance. But I think this role for him in terms of a goal scoring winger instead of a creative winger is better for him. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Oh, I think he can't create.
That's what I mean. If we do the way the side was lined up yesterday, you know, he should be that. We've got the creators with Palmer there, with Neto there, and someone like a Felix or and Kuku there. He should be the goal scoring winger. He shouldn't be, unless it's on like obvious, like to pass it or something like that. But his sole focus should just be scoring. Do you know what I mean? It shouldn't be like how many assists have I got? You know, how many take-ons can I do? He should just be in there like that, because we've got other players who can create like it was yesterday. I mean, Palmer got 3 assists yesterday, but they were perfectly laid on assists for him just to shoot. And he's now scored in 2 games. He scored 3 goals with his right foot. So I don't want to hear any excuses about he can't use his right foot, because he scored now 3, and he scored that banger against Luton last year as well with his right foot. That was a beauty. So he's a dangerous 2-footed player. But I think if Maresca, and I know he did tracking back as well, but if he does just the tracking back and just focuses on goal scoring, I think he could have a really good output in terms for us. Leave the rest of, and like I said, unless it's obvious, don't worry about trying to create everything for everyone. Do you know what I mean? Be like the second person to score, you know, after a striker or something like that. Be that. Be the output that we need. Because I'm telling you that yesterday, I don't know what the Wolves boss was doing, but thank God he did it, unless they got no other fullbacks. I mean, Nori couldn't do anything after that yellow card in the first half for us. He was going off. And
he's a winger, by the way.
Yeah, he just destroyed him. He just destroyed him. He destroyed him, and and I'm glad he was able to back up what he said the previous night, because otherwise it would have been a little bit embarrassing for him. But no, it's good. But just that's a role for him. I mean,
he's got off the back of that, because I think that's an important point too. Because it's not just the fact that he riled up a very hostile crowd and whatnot. Because I've been to Molnu. It's loud. Like they get behind their team there, and it's very difficult to get to get something out of those games, right? But I mean, that cocky and brashness that he has is exactly why he scored a hat trick yesterday.
I agree.
Because like you going in a hostile environment like that, knowing that you made a mistake like that, you're probably going into yourself at this point. But this guy is so confident and brash. He was able to go in there and say, "Yeah, I said it, and I bagged the hat trick."
I'm what? You know what I'm saying? I'm what? What are you going to do about it?
That's some big Billy shit, man. Like, what are you going to do? I just scored a hat trick on you, man. Like that to me, like that pantomime villain thing is what's been missing from Chelsea's entire structure for I can't tell you how long. We don't have anyone that like just gets the ire of the other supporters and whatnot and gets booed, and then ultimately just breaks their heart. Like, it's been a long time since I've had that.
But Maresca said that after the Servette game, he challenged both Madueke and Madueke, and abbreviating what he said, but he said that he needs them, to prove themselves. And he even said, like, all players, like, if you're not doing it in training, I don't want to know you, essentially. Do you know what I mean? You have to do it on and off the pitch. And Maresca's, one of his first points he mentioned yesterday with Madueke was that he was even like equal or more pleased that in the 90th minute he was tracking back.
Yep.
You know what I mean? He was tracking back. He was more like, he focused more on that. Do you know what I mean? It was like, I was just happy that he tracked back in the 90th minute when we're 6-2 up. When we're 6-2 up, well, you could, some people go, yeah, we're 6-2 up, but he was happy he tracked back. But he's challenging these guys. He's challenging these guys. He's not putting them down. He's just challenging them. He's telling, like he said with Mudryk yesterday when he came out and said, well, he just wasn't doing what we wanted him to do on the pitch and stuff like that. And then that was actually true. But I mean, Madueke, I'm sure he's got, like, when he celebrated that goal against Servette, and he sort of pointed to himself, like, basically, I don't know if he mouthed it, but people say, right, sell me. You know what I mean? Stuff like
That's what I want to see, though. That's what I want to see, because if you get an opportunity to start a game, leave with a goal or leave with an assist. If you don't get any GNA, make sure that you're performing to help the team with GNA. You feel me?
Yeah.
And like Jack says as well, big yourself up, Jack. Yeah, using both feet opens up space for his left foot now, as defenders won't know which way to show him. And bro, that is going to be a dangerous skill for him to have and for us to have in this team, because in Maresca's system, like I keep telling you lot, and you lot can see it now as well, we like to isolate the fullbacks. If Madueke is running at you, right, even off the bench against tired legs, you don't know whether he's going to cut in. You don't know whether he's going to hit it across goal. Yeah. And these wingers need to remember, the goal is big, bro. Yeah, it's big. That Saar guy, he's not the best keeper, but he's a tool, brother. He fills up the goal a little bit. And he wasn't able to get anywhere near it, bro. Because he's probably thinking in his head, oh, Madueke, I've watched clips back. He just cuts back and tries to bend it. He caught him off guard twice. You know what I'm trying to say? Olise would have been better than him, of course. And I said I was happy to keep Madueke.
Slow down. We don't know that. Bro,
Olise is a better player. Olise is better than Madueke.
They're around the same age.
Though?
We don't know that. This could be Madueke.
We do, bro. We do.
Here.
The evidence is right now, Olise is a better player than Madueke, but I was more than happy that for Madueke to still be in the squad. And right now, bro, he's got a big year, Jimmy. Yeah, do you know why he's got a big year? Because we have Esteval coming next season, bro. Yeah, we've got Esteval coming next season, and we already know that these owners are ruthless. They've already come out and said for Madueke is not for sale. It's looking like Sterling is going to go the other way. We'll talk about him a little bit later on. But as it is right now, bro, he has to start in this 11, bro. He has to start, AJ. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yep. There's no doubt about it.
Who else is going to play there?
Let me tell you something that I don't, it bothers me about this fan base. Our fan base are going to be wagonist on our own players. And let me explain what I mean. We have young players, young talented players that we all can see that we should be hyping up, gassing, and pushing because they're our players.
Facts.
We are supposed to be ahead of everybody else. And if they flop, so what? We take the egg on our face. Pause. That's what you're supposed to be. You know what fan is short for? Fanatic. That means we're not a head down. We don't think straight. You're not supposed to think. Y'all trying to be fans and be sensible. That's not your job as a fan. That's it. Fans want to be directors. You know what? I'm going to go on a tangent. Y'all play too much video games and Football Manager, and y'all start fanning like that. Let them know.
It's true.
I don't look in 3 years. What?
It's crazy, Jimmy.
Right now, Madueke and Olise is the same goddamn thing because they're the same age. So if Madueke breaks out this year, I'm not gonna be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Because young people break out at different times. But y'all are so scared to fan.
Exactly.
Be a fan.
No, but what it is, Jimmy?
Wait, the
Oh,
only
Carol.
thing y'all fan is this fake ass passion. Oh, he runs. He runs. Look at his hair blowing in the wind.
Bro, the thing is, what it is, Jimmy, what it is right now, bro, yeah? Listen, rivals cook us all the time. Oh, this ain't the Chelsea that I know. You lot used to have Lampard. You lot used to have Drogba. You lot used to have Ashley Cole. You lot used to have Gary Cahill. You lot used to have Czech. So now they're doing that. They're making our team seem like they're fucking Preston level and Wickham level, right? And now that's made a lot of Chelsea fans look at our team and they're scared now to even prop them or even give them any credit, right? I saw it, bro, last season. I was speaking about Madueke. I said it. I told CB, and it was a normal conversation we was having previewing the Man City game, yeah, at Wembley. And I said to him, bro, I want Madueke to start so he can run at those centre backs that play at fullback because he's one of the best in the league at taking on his man. He looked at me like I said something crazy, and I said, bro, have you been watching this guy?
Be fans of their team, and they like, bro, like it's the weirdest thing ever. I've never seen it.
But you know what it is, right?
It's like guys are they look at their players and find like, okay, like this is my problem. Like, all right, the next thing I have a problem with, like people like, oh, I don't like the way this person act and that person act. And then a player from another team who act just like them, they don't tell me how great that player is.
Yep, exactly. And that's what I keep telling you.
Same mentality.
And that's what I keep telling you. They don't want to be part of the batch where if it goes wrong, they get cooked. That's what it is.
That's exactly what it is right there. They don't want to get cooked. And look, we've had some bad years over the past 2-3 seasons. So that has set in some sort of trauma in the fan base. So anything that a rival says, it hits way harder because they're scared to get trolled if they say something positive and it doesn't work out. But we got to move past that at this point. It's been too many years now, and we see what's in front of us.
I mean, for me, I don't really talk to rivals the way you guys do. Like, I see you guys on the shows and stuff. You guys are just like in it on those guys. I'm just like, yo, I don't need to talk about my club. I talk about my club amongst people that my peers, like you people, you know. So we'll get into it back and forth amongst ourselves. About what we like in the club and what we don't like, but I don't need to be talking to no rivals and have them tell me about my club. Like, truly,
you can't take it to the heart. They don't have the context of the club. They don't.
And that be my but Chels, that's what I'm talking. I'm talking about Chelsea fans. Like when you talk to Chelsea fans, sometimes I feel like I'm talking to my Arsenal friends or my man. I'm like, damn, you sure you like Chelsea?
Yeah, I think that just comes down to. I think that most of what we're talking right now is that the fan base is polarized, right? You have like the proper Chels, you have the Yurdas, you have like like all these different factions of Chelsea fandom, So like if you're like I don't have a favorite Chelsea player, like I'm just a Chelsea supporter, right? So if I look at somebody like Conor Gallagher and I see that he's not the best on the ball technically, but I see him and like he works hard for the team. I'm not going to be like, fuck this guy, get him off the... Like, I'm not like that. You know what I mean? I try to look for what it is why is the manager using this guy? What is he bringing to the table, right? So I don't engage that way is what I'm saying. I'd much rather just speak on the game, speak on who did what. And if somebody fucked up like yesterday, Caicedo, I like Caicedo as a footballer, but he had a fucking shit first half. Real shit first half. I know he's going to bounce back and he's going to be a different
player. There's someone I want to talk about.
Right?
No, you're not speaking facts. And there's someone that I want to talk about. Yeah. End of the day, Couch. For me, I always tell these rivals, bro, I don't need you lot's validation, right? Because I watch the game. I speak to a lot of Chelsea fans like every single day. I know what I'm watching. There's no one that can try gaslight me and try act as if what I'm seeing is it's not happening in my head. Like, I know what's happening, and a lot of the takes that I say are always a time will tell one. You know what I'm trying to say? But there's another guy in our team who gets cooked all the time. Some people say he shouldn't even be playing in the Prem. He takes away the balance from our team. But listen, in the second half yesterday, Enzo Fernandez, that is what I call a captain performance, right? I want to read a few stats before we actually go into him. So he registered more successful attacking third passes, 14 out of 18, more successful tackles. He was getting stuck in that second half, yeah. And he actually tackled for one of the goals that we scored. We ended up scoring. He got the ball back, right? 4 out of 7. More successful passes into the final third, right? So you can see how progressive he is than any other Chelsea player against Wolves, right? And this is a guy, like I've said, for me, he doesn't need to start every single game. If he's taking the balance away from the team, he can come off the bench and help against tired legs. But he is going to be a key player for us because there's not that many players like an Enzo who can play in between the lines the way he does. You know what I'm saying? Who can play the through balls the way he does. The long range passes, bro. The way Enzo switches the ball. Yeah, you lot, bro. When you lot get a chance to come London and that, I hope you come when Enzo's still here. Because the way he switches it in person is crazy. I'm telling you, bro.
Is he going to be gone anytime soon? He's
oh, listen,
you
don't need to plan. Couch, you don't need to plan a trip back to London so you can come to the bridge and watch Enzo switching the ball the way he does, bro. It's dangerous, right? Yeah. Because what he does, he'll get it from like the left side and you'll switch it to Madueke. And now Madueke is running at the fullback. That's going to be dangerous for us, you know? Andrew, what did you think of Enzo Fernandez's performance yesterday, bro?
I thought he was... I didn't see much of him in the first half, to be honest. I think they were bypassing him a lot. And also it didn't help that Caicedo was losing the ball. It also didn't help some of the passes that midfield was getting back from the front line. It was very weird. Some of them was like, why are you passing it back to them when you could have progressed it further upfield? But second half, like with the rest, I'm sure he got a kick at the backside as well. Pressing, he showed all sides of the game. Pressing up high, like I said, for the Noni hat-trick goal, he pressed up high, tackled him, and got the ball to, I think it was Jackson. And even for that Palmer chance when he hit the post, his ball into Jackson just broke whatever press or whatever Wolves were trying to do. And even on the Felix's goal, he wins the ball. He wins the ball and gets, I can't remember who he got it to. I think it might be Dewsbury Hall. I think he got it to Dewsbury Hall, got it to Palmer, and then
He got it. He played it. The ball got played to him by Sorry, he played the ball to Dewsbury Hall. Yeah, then Dewsbury Hall played it to Palmer.
He won it after I think Neto lost it. He was dropping to him, and then he won it and stuff like that. A much improved performance, and it was like when I was watching you on Saeed's thing. It was like, well, if he had a shit performance, you guys would have been all over him. Do you know what I mean? Saying he had a rubbish performance. You know what I mean? So you got to try and balance it and say, yeah, he had a good, isolate the game and go, he had a good performance in this, or second half, he had a good performance, but it needs to be one he builds on. Like I said, I don't know what the right for me, the combination in the middle would be a Caicedo and Lavia. Do you know what I mean? Like going forward, I think that's the best of the best. In terms of that, we don't, we got the passes in Palmer and something and all that up there. So that would be me going forward. But yeah, he played well in the second half, like the rest. Do you know what I mean? Very, he showed both sides. When Dewsbury Hall came on, he dropped the deepest he'd ever been. Yeah, do you know what I mean? That allowed him to get the ball off of whoever is in defence or tackle and start a couple of attacks himself. So yeah, he's very good overall that second half. I just need I just don't need him to be the 10 or up there as a 10. He can go up and press, no problem, like he did in the second half, but doesn't need to be like the creative 10. Do you know what I mean? Or something like that.
Exactly. And I'm glad that you mentioned that when he dropped a bit deeper, because big up Sam, AJ, he says here, I think Enzo should be played deeper than Lavia and Caicedo, who can press higher and win the ball higher. And listen, yesterday, when I saw that midfield, bro, I actually, before Maresca came in, I thought Caicedo would be the furthest man forward with Enzo playing in build-up, the way he used Harry Winks. But it kind of seems like Maresca doesn't really trust Enzo to cover the wide areas and to cover spaces, right? Especially on a transition. Hence why he needs a little bit more cover with Caicedo there. But as we know, Caicedo in build-up is up and down sometimes. He can be a little bit mad at times. Where do you think Enzo should be played in this system, bro? Because we've seen it a few times now where he's played him further up. Do you think it's best that he goes a bit deeper?
It's funny. It really depends on what we want to do, but I think the best role for him is in a double pivot where he's next to somebody who maybe he's the one who kind of gets the ball the most, but he definitely needs somebody next to him to do the defensive covering for him. You understand? Because Enzo on the ball with the forward passing, You know, Lavia has great forward passing, you know, and he showed us that. But in terms of like offensive forward passing, it's not going to be better than Enzo. But Lavia's passing is better than Caicedo's, I'd say. So to me, I'd say Lavia and Enzo probably make the most sense as a double pivot. And then, you know, you can see Caicedo and Lavia next to each other in a double pivot, and that will give us even more defensive stability. But hopefully it could work out in terms of build-up, you know, to get the ball to Cole Palmer, to get the ball to Madueke. You know, can these guys make those passes in those half spaces and in those tight windows, you know? So, but then again, no, we go back to the defensive part. Can Enzo, you know, improve his defensive roles, you know? And we've seen over the past, even the past 2 games, he's still lacking that part of the game. And now you can't be everything. You can't be amazing at passing, amazing at defending. You know, you're going to have some sort of flaw, but he can improve it. And hopefully Maresca hones in on that and is like, listen, you got to do this. You know, remember when Fabregas ended up playing deeper next to Matic? Now, Matic is a world-class defensive midfielder, but, you know, Fabregas, you got to step up. You got to get better at the defensive side of the game. So I do think we need to try to fit Enzo in this team still, because you see what he can do when he's on the field, you know?
Facts. Couch, what sort of opposition would you say would be best for Enzo to kind of start? Like, because, bro, we can play so many shapes. We've already seen Maresca play a 4-2-3-1. He's gone to a 4-3-3. There's been bare changes, bro. You know what I'm trying to say? What sort of opposition do you think would be best to start Enzo in?
Man, that's a tough question to ask. I'm not going to lie. I think obviously his strengths are deep lying playmaking, right? Like that goes without saying. But the way that we're structuring this team right now, basically playing a 3-2-4-1, something around there when we're in attacking phases.
Yeah,
it's difficult to have somebody in that deeper position that isn't good defensively, because as soon as you lose the ball, and we saw it yesterday in the first half, like as soon as you lose the ball, they are on you quick. And then you also have to be able to slow down the transition so that if you're inverting that right back, the right back has the ability and the time to get back into position. So you have to have somebody that has legs in that midfield that can slow down the transition, you know, break up the transition. So I don't know if he's best suited in that particular role in a double pivot, considering how we're playing right now. Traditionally, yes, of course, he makes the most sense there. You know, it makes sense to me. If you play a flat back 4 and then you have 2 in the middle, he'd be one of my 2 in the middle. But given what we're playing right now, I'm not sure. And again, if I was going to use him, I think Maresca's using him correctly right now. Use him as an 8. Use him as an 8, a guy that's on the left that, you know, can come deep a little bit when you need him to help build the attacks, but first phase build up. And then use him as a guy that can be like the overload on that left-hand side, releasing passes, those crossfield passes to somebody like, you know, Madueke and whatnot. We saw him do that a couple times last game, right?
Yep.
You know, and he doesn't necessarily have to be. The reason why I never want to see him as a number 10, because I still need him number 10, as much as he's great at like threading through those balls and whatnot. I still need him to see him score goals, and I haven't seen him do that yet. He doesn't score enough goals for me to play in that offensive position, that attacking position. And on top of that, he did okay in the second half as far as like high press and whatnot, but traditionally he's not a guy that I want to see in high press. I want him in the second wave. You know, I want him basically trying to retrieve the ball and whatnot after the fact, but he's just not effective at press. So then for me, the only role that he can actually play in this midfield right now is as an 8, and you have to find the balance within that midfield for how he fits amongst it. But it's not going to be easy for sure.
What I really like about what Maresca's been doing with our midfield is how they float on that left-hand side, bro. Dewsbury Hall floats there. Enzo floats there. The movement all over the pitch, bro. We've got ninjas everywhere, people. You know what I'm trying to say? We've actually got real-life ninjas all over the pitch. And the next ninja I want to talk about, Jimmy, right, is a familiar face. You know what I'm trying to say? A familiar face, yeah? Cole Palmer registered more chance creations than any other player for either Wolves or Chelsea. He also registered the joint most ball recoveries, tied with Cucurella for Chelsea. So you know he's working off the ball as well, because there's this myth that Palmer that we haven't got that many presses in our team. Bro, Palmer can press well. He presses well. You know what I'm trying to say? Hat-trick of assists and then a fantastic goal again, bro, just to get off the mark. Yeah. What did you think of Palmer's performance yesterday, Jimmy, man? Chat to me, man.
You know what Palmer remind me of? Juan Mata. Remember when Mata was having those GA seasons, bro, where he was like 70 GNA? Like,
my guy Mata.
That's what I really feel like. I like when the season started, I was saying a lot of the people that follow me, look, don't just watch GNA with Palmer. Watch how he affects the game. Before he even scored the goal, he did a play. I don't know if y'all remember. Y'all gotta remember the back heel. The back heel.
I remember
the back heel, and I was like, those small little things with this guy again. He plays with such confidence.
Yeah,
and
awareness.
He doesn't have to get GNA. He affects the game so much, but then when it comes to actually GNA, like these levels, like bro, he's gonna eat. He's gonna eat. Like yesterday, he was amazing, and it's crazy because it's a few of those breakaways they just fluff, just because they were up 2 and 3 and 4 goals. We should have had 8 goals yesterday.
Easily.
Yeah. I wish we did.
We should have had 8 goals yesterday.
And the XG was like under it was like 1.6 or something like that. XG.
Clinical, bro. Clinical.
Shit is broken.
Yeah, Palmer to me, he gives me that Juan Mata type vibe playing in the 10. Like it's just like he's gonna eat at the 10. He's gonna eat. He's easy well over $100 million player right now.
Oh, like easily.
Bro, look at this, bro. Look at this, bro. Cole Palmer is the first player in the Prem to reach 25 plus goal involvements this calendar year, right? He has at least 7 more than the next best, bro. So he's gapping people right now. You know what I'm trying to say? He's leaving people. He started, against Man City. He was a bit laxy-daisy. We've seen him against Inter Milan a little bit laxy-daisy. But it's exactly why I prefer this guy down the middle. Because the level of pass creation he gives these guys is crazy, bro. Crazy.
And my thing is, like, it made me wonder what kind of person he is that he wasn't named the captain. Because on the pitch, he leads by example. But then again, like, I don't know if y'all remember yesterday, like, before he scored, he got into it with the ref. Because Madueke had got free.
Right here.
Yeah, okay. Madueke had broke away from Enyore, and Enyore grabbed him. And the ball got away, and they called nothing. Then they got the breakaway, and that's when Gusto fouled. Palmer was pissed. He went at the ref, and I saw the timeline. I see our fan base. Oh, you gotta stop. You gotta chill. I'm like, yo, oh my gosh, I hate beta male energy, bro. Like, these are fucking professional athletes, bro. You gotta show some emotion. It's emotion in this.
Yep.
The conspiracy was
pissed him off. He started cooking. He scored the goal right after. And then second half, he was just on fire. His press was ridiculous. His press and his, like, I think people trying to downplay, those assists was easy assists. How often do we see people blow those passes?
Yo, you can't please people, man. You really can't
How
please
often do we see people
Crazy.
mess up those passes?
Those are sickos, right?
Remember, he was putting them on the right foot of a left-footed attacker.
The weight of a pass, people don't understand that. They don't understand the weight of a pass.
Right.
I wouldn't make him.
AJ. Tell them, bro.
His first touch was with his left, though, to control it, and then he hit it with the right.
Which one?
No, but my point is the weight of the pass has to be.
Oh, the weight of the pass is incredible.
Yeah, the left foot
is amazing, bro.
Yeah.
Elite.
And the timing.
Be on his left foot the way he can take a touch.
I mean,
let's the ball over to his next back. Like every one of those weights, it was hurt. How, like, literally with our team, how often do we see that pass blown?
Bro,
you have to understand ball to really know about that.
Listen, what Palmer does in that role, is honestly the basics of football, bro. To be able to just play it to the attacker like that is the basic. I'm not asking you to do a mad pass that Messi will do, some in between the lines pass, bro. It's a little weight of pass. The people like Gallagher were struggling. That's why I used to hate Gallagher in that 10.
Gallagher can get those same breakaways. Had the same vision. No, the same
we actually
vision
saw it.
Oh shit, that's the pass, but the pass is not getting there. It's not.
But we actually saw it from Felix tried to do it a simple pass yesterday when we were 6-2 up, and it didn't get to the thing. So it's the weight and the timing of it. Do you know what I mean? But we were told all this week that he's going to struggle in this Maresca system. People are going to double up on him, and that may still happen. Stuff like that. But it's like
double up and give.
I don't. The thing is, though, that goal yesterday was a beauty. But you know what? I think he might score 3 or 4 more this season. So it's like it's not even like I cheered like normal, but I didn't go because for me that's a normal.
We know exactly what he does.
I expect him to have the vision to do that. Do you know what I mean? I expect. And can I talk about that goal? The actual you have to get the goal. He was out. He was off, but he wasn't really off. Do you know what I mean? You have to get the timing of that. The weight of the ball as well, and the speed and the pace of it. You have to time it so it doesn't go too far over or it's too high.
It took a
yes, you have to time it to get the weight right. Because I've seen it, but people have tried it before where it just like it either goes up like that, or it just goes. It's too fast. But
that's a difficult
vision to actually do that, and the vision to actually do that, and big up to Sanchez and Jackson playing their parts in that goal as well. But he just listen. I don't have the thing about this kid is like I keep calling him a kid. He's like 22. I hate doing that. The thing about this young player is that I think with other players around him, I think we might see him get more assists and goals this season, which I'm fine with, by the way. I think we might see him. He could, and I'm saying it right now. He could break. He could be one. You know what? He could break an assist record. Do you know what I mean? He was the first player since 2016 in the Premier League to get 3 assists in one match. That's 8 years. Fabregas got it. I mean, I don't know. That's how bad down would be. No other player in 8 years has got 3 assists in one game for us.
Who's got the record? It's Henry, isn't it? Is it
didn't Kevin De Bruyne equal it? Didn't Kevin De Bruyne equal it though in one season? Didn't he equal it?
I think it's some bro. If listen,
20, right? It's 20. Is it 20 assists?
What Andrew's saying isn't a wild take, bro. Because if you think about it, right? If we land Victor Osimhen, right, we've got Neto already. You've got Madueke right now, who seems to be improving his end product. You've got the likes of Nkuku, João Felix, all attacking and that. Yeah, bro. He could definitely beat that record because we've got goals in this team, bro. Right? We've got goals. There's a 4.5 minute compilation couch of this guy just plating people, bro. Plating people, and they're just all missing last season. All missing. Most of those.
And we don't have to play him we don't have to play him every game. Like, I don't want him playing this Thursday. Do you know what I mean? I just don't want him. He shouldn't need to travel. Shouldn't even need to travel this Thursday. Do you know what I mean? If you got a Felix there, if you got an Nkuku played like 5 minutes, so I expect him to start on Thursday. But if you're adding more in there, he doesn't have to play every game like he did last season because we relied on him so much. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Let him have a week's rest and unleash him on Crystal Palace next Sunday. Do you know what I mean? That's what we should be doing.
We need to make it 13 in a row against those guys. You know what I'm saying? We love to smoke Palace. That's one thing about us. But I want to end on actually no. Before we end, we'll speak about obviously Maresca. Then we'll end on what's going on right now with Sancho and that. Yeah. But Couch, what have you made of man like Enzo Maresca, bro? So far, what's been your first impression of him? You know, because you're someone who is quite hard-faced. You know, you're hard to please. You know, pools. You know what I'm trying to say?
I'm very easy.
But what have you thought of Enzo Maresca so far?
He's like, yeah, man, you can't please me.
No, honestly, if you can go back in the chat, you'll show. Like when we're talking about managers and we're talking about who we wanted, I was the only one telling everyone Maresca. And the reason why is because go back and check the chat.
I do remember you said. I remember you saying. Yeah.
The receipts are there, man. The receipts are there. I was on Maresca just because I liked his organization. I like the fact that he had a system that looks like he knows what his players want to do in it. So I was always on Maresca first and foremost. And for reasons beyond that, like I think that what he's shown me in this very short period of time, this guy is a true boss. This man don't mess around about things too tough. Like he's a boss. You know what I mean?
Yep.
The way he controls himself in the press conferences, the way that the way that he gets his team to come out after a poor half, like that first half. That's a telltale sign of a guy that has the ear of the people in that room. You know what I mean? You coming back out and you show a game like that, that's a boss. You know what I mean? And you don't have to be like, oh, screaming, like, ranting and raving at people, but get the message across and show me that you have the ability to see what's wrong and make the adjustments, right? That's all. That's also, I'm very happy with this guy. I'm very happy with this guy. These are early doors, and this guy is already showing us levels. Us levels.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? He's got players.
Exactly. And that's what I was saying last season, bro. Like
think about it. Like,
last season, it felt. Oh, carry on, bro.
No, I was just saying, like, look at like the opinion of Madueke. Like, he divided opinion throughout the fan base, probably still does. Maresca's like, you know what? You ain't gonna play unless you rehearse, unless you're in training and you're working hard. Simple and plain. I don't care. And then he starts in this game, and what return do you get? You get a hat trick. You see what I'm saying? So, like, this is a boss, and this is what you want. Somebody that knows how to get into the heads of these guys, demand a performance from them, and then get it as well. So I'm very happy with him, man. I'm not gonna lie.
I like the way he just came out.
Seems like a lot of people in the chat are happy with him as well so far. And listen, this is a guy that I had no idea about. I had to go do my research on him. As you guys know, people like to banter me for actually wanting to learn about these guys before they come in.
I'm just saying, I learn.
You know what I'm trying to say? When people were trying to fucking cook me about Poch, bro, I didn't do any research on his time at PSG. And if I did, I would have never wanted this clown. You know what I'm trying to say? That's why I was like, no, for the next manager, I need to make sure I watch what this guy can bring to the team, right? And one of the main things I kept speaking about with Poch is that this brother was a substitute teacher last season, yeah? He was running a youth club where guys just look at him and have no respect for him because they just see him like his friend, yeah? From time he made Ben Chilwell his vice captain, every single game Sterling will be stinking out the place again. Jackson coming off of the bench. Remember I was telling you, look, I can't imagine Jackson doing that for Arsenal or doing that for Man City, where he's on the bench and he's running to celebrate with everyone and getting booked, right? Last season, we kept getting yellow cards. There just wasn't any discipline in that team. And he didn't have the balls to drop people when they had to be dropped. This is a manager that's honest, and he will tell you straight to your face, yo, you don't fit what I'm trying to do. You've got to go. Yeah? You didn't play well the other day. You're not starting. He said, if you don't play well in training, you're not gonna just start on a Thursday because we're playing against less opposition. You've got to work. And that's what I want to be seeing, because these players know he's coming out in public and he's not out here just defending them. He's actually telling them, yo, this is what I expect from you guys. That's what I want. It starts from the top and it filters down. When the manager's a snowflake, right, and the manager's just a pussy, let's be real, it's just a pussy like Poch, right? That's what happens. You lose finals like what happened against Liverpool. Yeah, because the mentality comes from the manager and it goes down to the team.
For the draw
we had that same problem with Graham Potter. He used to just make it out as if we're Brentford, but we're Chelsea, and it's coming out saying, oh, well, it's life. These things happen, AJ. You know what I'm trying to say? It's life. We'll move on to the next one. Yeah, this Maresca, bro, what I'm seeing from him so far off the pitch is filtering down on the pitch now as well. The way we came back yesterday was amazing, bro. Was amazing. But what have you thought about him so far, AJ, man?
I mean, it's still early, but I think he's clearly gained the trust of the fan base for the most part. You're never going to get everybody's buy-in, especially this early, but he's proven that he's decisive. He knows what he wants and he has a standard. And if you don't fit in that, then you're not going to get on the field. You're probably going to leave. I don't know if he has any direct influence on the transfers, but he definitely has a say. So if you're not fitting into that mold, you're gonna go. And then on top of that, we always knew last year, like you said just now, the team needs somebody to control them. Poch just had them running wild off and on the pitch. If you watch all the games last year, it's just back and forth. We're just giving up goals. We coming out in the second half looking worse than the first half. It's like, what's going on? Clearly something has to change. So Maresca has impressed. He's brought a style of play. I was worried about scoring goals because last year we were scoring goals still, even though we were giving up a lot of goals, we were scoring. But it looks like based on preseason and these first 3 games, we're going to still be scoring goals. So if he could fix up the defense, then we're a serious team, you know, and he looks like somebody who pays attention to the details. So let's just give it time, you know, keep supporting him and the players and just, you know, let's see where we at, you know, after the first international.
I think I've been impressed with, like, especially with this Sterling stuff and the player stuff. And it's like, because remember, he didn't come out and denigrate Sterling like Ten Hag did to Sancho a year ago. You know, he didn't lie about him. He just said it's a technical decision. He's not in the squad. And then Sterling's people, it got leaked and stuff like that. He had to answer it, but you know, people going, "Oh, you're working with 42 players." No, I'm working with 21, 22. I worked with as many as 26. You know what I mean? And the way he's challenged players as well. So much for this yes man hype. You know what I mean? And everyone's main criticism about the Sterling thing is, why have we done it too late? Because we didn't have Neto and Felix at the time. That's why Sterling was probably told he was involved in coming up the season. Do you know what I mean? Right. Now we've got Neto and Felix. You know, you can understand now why he's not going to be involved. And you know, I like it. He's come out and challenging. I agree with Don. Probably everyone agrees with what Don was saying about half time yesterday. Came for kick up the backside. I remember against Servette when he was coaching, he was shouting at Madueke on the sideline against Servette. All half. He was trying to. I think he's going to learn quickly. He's going to give up. He's not going to go along with Madueke in like league games and stuff like that. I just think he's going to challenge them. He's going to challenge them. And that's what we said last season. Last season, the heads would have dropped in that game. We saw it in the exact game last season against Wolves when they equalised. The heads dropped. But yeah, it's a very promising start so far. Let's just continue this.
Real quick, I just wanted to quickly say, and I know, Don, me and you have probably both been of the same opinion with this Mudryk thing. He just needs time. I don't know if I can do it anymore. I'm just gonna come out. I tried, man. I really tried. You know, and I think that a lot of like the lack of evolution in this guy's game has to do with the fact that we've had like 4 managers in 3 years, and he's not the most astute in terms of like understanding tactics, right? So you have one idea coming in, another idea, and then another idea, and then another idea, and it's just like this guy can't even get the first idea. You're asking him to do 4 different things. But at this point in time, I mean, look at what we have in the wide positions right now. And now you're going to bring in Sancho possibly too. Like, yeah, there's just not going to be any room for this guy.
We've got couch. We've got a blanket. We've got a nice hot cup of coffee for you. That you've now escaped the Mudryk hive. We've got it over here. The soothe your soul. Don's by himself. He's too.
This is what people don't understand. People don't understand. I am not gonna die on this Mudryk thing. Like, I never wanted Mudryk. I wanted Trossard. That's the guy that I wanted. Everyone thought Mudryk was going to Arsenal, right? My thing is, I don't feel like Mudryk has had the right coach to help him do what he needs to do to learn. And this time round, I actually believe that he does. That's why I've said, for me, it's make or break here for him. If I don't see him improve, then bro, he can get moved on and I'll sleep fine at night, bro. End of the day, I like the fact that we've got the likes of Neto, João Felix, Nkunku if they play on the wing. They can help this guy and he can actually improve by watching these guys, right? Because bro, he's got the raw attributes I like in a winger, but it's all about refining it. You know what I'm trying to say? But listen, we didn't even get to touch up on Sancho and whatnot. We'll do another transfer show, people, because I've actually got to go on Potts' show. Bank holiday has messed up. Like, I completely forgot. About it, yeah? But Jimmy, bro, listen, love for coming on, my bro. Let them know where they can find you, man. We've still got 375 people in the house. Make sure you keep smashing up the likes, people, still. But Jimmy, let them know they can find you, bro. Love for coming on, man.
Jimmy Swift TV, man. You already know.
Yeah.
Andrew, as always, bro, let them know where they can find you, man.
I usually tweet out what I'm on or what I'm watching at the time. Just follow me at the Winter Surf there. I'm usually on Casually FC like we were yesterday with the reviews every Sunday and Wednesday and stuff like that. Sarcasm City, whether it's doing the Q&As or we have a weekly podcast with Man United, Spurs and Chelsea lot, and then or doing the pro clubs or when we're ready to rumble on the Carefree Lewis stream. Do you know what I mean? And stuff like that. So or anything else, you know. It's all good, but make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, this channel.
Big up, man. Big up. And AJ, as always, bro. Listen, AJ, you need to make a YouTube, bro. You know what I'm saying? I know these lot are probably following you on TikTok, but bro, we need to see you on YouTube, fam.
I might. We'll see. Right now I'm enjoying just being a guest on your show. Jimmy, Couch, you guys need to start doing some live streams, you know. And, you know, I'll be on your show.
I do live stream.
Okay, there you go. So we're gonna tap in. But you catch me on TikTok right now, NYC Chelsea Blues, and you catch me on here, Gems channel, Chelsea Fan TV. That's really it.
That's it, man. They want this to be a weekly panel. You know what I'm trying to say? Don't worry, I'm gonna cook something up with these, man. Trust me, man. Trust me. And Couch, listen, nice show, man. Nice having you on, bro. Let them know they can find you, man.
Yeah, it's just Couch Critic. You can find me on YouTube. I'm on Twitter as well, if that's what you're using. But yeah, more often than not, I'm just building it with these guys, reasoning with these guys in the chats, and you know, on GNA TV and whatnot. But yeah,
add me to that chat, bro. Stop playing.
Absolutely.
We'll add you on, man. We'll add you on. But yeah, listen, people, I'll make sure I'll put everyone's descriptions in there. But let's finish up with just some of the super chats that have come in. Big up for the donations, guys. We got Adam. So I feel like rival fans are always on Enzo's neck because he plays for Chelsea. I can guarantee you most rival fans would love him in their team. They secretly love him. That's facts, bro. That's facts. A lot of the players that they talk about that are shit for Chelsea, apparently, they'll take them for their team, you know? The failed wizard, big yourself up again, as always, my bro. Just jumped off the top 6 show and they were trying to cook you, Don. Got to defend my brother in blue. Our boys were cooking this weekend. Bro, that's what I want. They are rattled now. I've got them rattled. I will sleep fine at night because I picked up my 3 points this weekend. I got 6 goals this weekend. You know what I'm trying to say? I know what my club are building in the back. So let them try to cook me. It's fine. Not a problem at all. I don't need their validation, bro. It's good. It's all good, man. Wolves, as always, thanks, Don. I'm not mod material. Take my spanner away. I did, bro. I don't know what you mean by that. DM me why you don't want to be a mod, but big yourself up for the donation either way. But listen, people, we've still got, like I said, 288 people here. People are leaving now. I'm going to send this over to 12-Man Podcast with Potts. I'm about to jump on there now. I completely forgot, people, because it's bank holiday. My head, I'm thinking it's Sunday today, but it's actually Monday. It's crazy. But yeah, we're going to head off over there. But listen, people, until the next one, man. Love. Bless.